All right, another episode of Average Joe's. Today we're gonna tackle the driveway. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna seal some cracks and then we're gonna go over with a seal coat on top. So I've never actually done this before. It could go one of two ways. It could go really well or really bad. So it's been a couple years since we did this. Truthfully, it's been about 5 or 6 years, I think, since we did this. So a little bit of neglect going on. A lot of rough winters, a lot of rough weather. We've got one spot in particular that tends to break up faster than normal. So it's got a lot of cracking. We're gonna have to go with a filler for this, and we've got some small cracking. We'll do filler on those as well. And then we'll do a seal coat all the way across the top. But first things first is we gotta get this thing as clean as possible. So here we go. Okay, so yeah, first things first, we gotta get these edges and everything cleaned up. A lot of gravel, a lot of pine needles, some weeds. We're just gonna get those edges really good and cleaned up and the cracks cleaned out. We'll start with a sweep and then we'll do a pressure wash. We got the driveway cleaned up, found the edges, cleaned off as much dirt as we could. Again, moved all that dirt and rock out. Tried to find a good clean edge to work with. Next, we're gonna start addressing some of these cracks. And then obviously this big crack. Okay, the driveway is clean. The next step is to fill the bigger cracks. And we're gonna use for step one, the Blackjack Speed Fill Blacktop Filler. This is nice because it says you can seal coat this after 60 minutes, dries up very fast, and fills cracks up to 1 inch, nice for waterproofing, and it has a flexible seal. So we're gonna go ahead and start filling some cracks. All right, we'll start with this crack right here. It's a little less than 1 inch wide, it's kind of deep, but we'll lay down a pretty thick bead, just like you would with any other type of caulking. And then I'm gonna go over with the scraper and just kind of even that out. Oops. And we'll just keep going from there. All right, so we did the speed patch in the tube, and now we're gonna go with a bigger bucket, the blacktop crack and hole repair for the larger patch jobs that we're gonna have to do. So I gave this a good stir. I used a 1x2 piece of lumber. That seemed to work pretty good, but it needed to be stirred because it settled out quite a bit. And now I'm just gonna pour it out and use my putty knife to kind of smooth it over those cracks. We'll just continue until we've got a good coverage there. All right, day 2. So we got the cracks sealed, got it 24 hours of cure time. And now we're gonna go with the last step, which is putting on the resurfacing filler and sealant. So we're gonna use this Blackjack 700, mixed it up really good. It was separated a little bit. It seems like it's ready to go. So all we need to do is pour some out and spread it. Spreads really nice and evenly. It's pretty viscous, so it spreads easily. It does not dry too fast. Average Joe lesson or a point to share. Do your calculations, get what you think you need, and then get more. You can always return if there's extra, but I undercalculated, had to run to the store, get this. All right, there you have it, a few easy steps. So first, clean and prep the driveway, fill the small cracks, fill the bigger cracks, put on your top coat, wait your 24 hours for everything to cure, and you're all set. 2 days worth of work, a couple hours each day. So thanks again for joining us on another episode of Average Joe's, where sometimes being average is good enough.